Management or sponsors.
Domestic violence, grief, sexual abuse, homelessness, drug addiction, promiscuity, hope for help, depression, business are just some of the subjects discussed today on Reclaiming My Life with the author of Amazon's #1 best-selling book, Reclaiming My Life. Here's television and radio host Claudia Massey.
Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon to my WBTK family. And good morning for those of you who will be listening on Saturday on Rejoice 93.7 FM. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the Reclaiming My Life show. Look, y'all, let's be safe today. We are under this severe weather watch. They're calling for tornadoes today. So y'all make sure y'all stay in, stay safe. Look, today, I'm super excited. Y'all say I'm always super excited because I am, because again, I have the most amazing guests. And today, you know, there is no exception. I have Mr. Joshua T. Shipman. Joshua is known for Harriet, Eleanor's Bench, The Royal Bake Off, Beehive, one of my favorites, A Christmas Proposal. Y'all, when I say the list is too long, it would take the whole show to tell you all the things he's doing. But right now, I am going to welcome actor and writer, Mr. Joshua T. Shipman.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me on. I can't wait to see where this goes. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. It is my pleasure. Look, where it's going to go, we're going from local to global.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Yes, indeed. Look, without a doubt, because you know what? Let our listeners know why local to global for those who don't follow you and really don't know you. But look, let me tell y'all missing out if you don't. But let them know why local to global.
So I'm from a small country town called Hallsboro, North Carolina. Now, we all know that a lot of times these small towns do not get the respect that they deserve because, you know, some of the biggest talent have come out of small towns. So I'm like, well, you know, a lot of people would always ask, you know, what are you going to do with this acting stuff? You know, you're in this small town, you know, what are you going to actually do with it? Are you going to be able to make a living? Can you make money off this stuff? I'm like, well, right now, you know, I'm locally, but my mindset is global.
Come on.
That's where I'm taking myself. That's where I'm going. So I may be, you know, in a small place, but where you are never defines where you can go or where you're trying to go.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my whole. You know, I didn't even realize I was using this, you know, way back in like 2016. I didn't even realize that I was kind of just speaking this stuff around my life and didn't even realizing it. So by doing that, I was like, hey, well, you know, I might be local at the moment, but that doesn't mean that my name or my likeness won't be global, which will, you know, from here on out, it's just going to take me everywhere, you know, around the world.
Yes.
So that's where my mindset of from local to global came from. I'm like, you know, no matter what you're doing in life, of course, no matter what career path you choose, it's all about mindset.
Yes.
So, you know, who's that? He's a comedian. What is his name? Oh my God. I was just talking about this dude last night. But he always says it's a mindset thing. So I can't think of his name, but I'll think about it. But anyway, it's a mindset, you know. A lot of people, I've come across a lot of people who have amazing talent, but they're in these small ponds and they feel like, well, nobody's going to really believe in me. I don't have nobody that's around me doing this. You think I did?
Right.
No. I literally found my way into this stuff. And it was always something I wanted to do since I was a little kid. You know, again, growing up in Hallsboro, North Carolina, small town, 8 other siblings, and it's 9 of us. Well,
wow.
It was 9 of us. So yeah, growing up, we just had, I mean, we kept each other company. We were each other's entertainment for the most part.
Come
you know
on.
What I mean?
They don't know nothing about this country life.
Exactly. Listen, when we say we were outside, we stayed outside.
We were outside, yes.
from the moment we woke up to the moment it was time for us to eat and go to bed. We were outside.
Yes.
We didn't know anything about being on phones 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
Now we had a little PlayStation back in the day, but still, we were outside enjoying the imagination that
Mm-hmm.
we were given.
Mm-hmm.
So from a little kid, it sparked my interest to be an actor when I started watching behind the scenes of movies, and I was like, I have to do that. I'm
Yes.
going to do that, and
I'm
I kept
going to
speaking
do
it.
that. Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Yes.
I just kept speaking it into my life. That was
Yes.
it.
You know what, Joshua? I'm about to burst. I'm literally about to burst. Look, because I get everything that you're saying.
Oh yeah.
And let me let our listeners know. Now, Joshua and I, we grew up like 10 minutes apart, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
from one another. Hallsboro and Council, North Carolina are when I say very, very, very small towns,
Yes.
I'm from Council, no stoplight.
There you go.
Hallsboro, North Carolina, how many did you all have? One or two?
You got like one or two.
Okay, one or two. So
Before
y'all
they
getting the
start adding
point.
all this new stuff now.
Yes, absolutely. I've been down there a few times, so I see they're making a few things happen down there.
Yeah.
But when I say from a small town, and that's why I wanted to start with local to global.
Oh, yeah.
When I moved to Richmond, Virginia from Council, North Carolina, and I said in 2015, I said I want to start a home care agency. And when you think about building a home care agency from the ground up, like you said, Joshua, people are going to be like, how are you going to do that? And where are you going to get this? And,
Right.
people can put all kinds of things in your head,
Oh, yeah.
but when it's your mindset, what you believe you can do. Okay.
Definitely.
And right now, my daughter and I, we're co-founders and we're going 11 years strong because thank you so much. Thank you. But, we come from a place where we were cropping tobacco during the summer. Okay. Entertaining one another, everything you said, entertaining, being on the carport, singing songs, doing all the things. And just because you're in a physical place that is small, let me tell you, like you said, that mindset can be humongous, you know? So congratulations to you, Joshua. Look, y'all, I'm super, super proud of my family. This is family right here. So, I wanted to ask what inspired, but, you said that since you were a child, you always dreamed and knew that you could do this. So, yes, that was one of the questions, did you always know that you wanted to be an actor?
Oh, yeah. Like I knew that, I know as kids, we all have this huge imaginations when we're young, we create worlds in our minds. So, again, having so many siblings and us just being outside all the time, I was like, it was different. It was a little different. It was more than just playtime. To me, it was. I don't know if anybody else saw it that way, but to me, I felt like it was the becoming of something. So whenever I would play, I would put my all into it.
It was rehearsal.
It was kind of like rehearsal. Yeah. It was like imagination and just being in these, submersing yourself in these worlds, and just that was our entertainment. We really didn't even need TV like that. I mean, we watched TV,
right,
but just being able to create these worlds in our minds that we could just live in at that moment and just escape everything else. That's what acting is.
Yes.
So that's why so many actors, you'll see that they find their peace when they're on set, because on set, it's like you have no other cares in the world. It's just you block everything out, and you're living in that moment. You're on set. You're enjoying the people. You're enjoying the cast, the crew, crab.
Yes.
all those other things on set. But yeah, so that's pretty much what inspired me, was just being able to submerge myself in that world and just play and just have a great time.
Yes.
So kind of fast forwarding into like grade school plays, where you might be the soldier in the Nutcracker, or you might be a tree or something, what I mean? Some type of object. So, it sparked my interest, and I started doing theater, grade school, which led to high school, around the 10th grade on up. 9th grade, I was still finding my way around. I was still figuring things out. So my first play in high school, that really kind of put, as they say, put the fuel on the fire, or put the battery in my back,
Mm-hmm.
was this play called Once Upon a Mattress. I think it was a spinoff of Princess and the Pea. It's one of those fairy tale things. But anyway, I ended up playing a wizard, and I had a cameo part where I played this huge paper mache winged bird. And long story short, I ended up winning a cameo award because of that.
Wow. Come on
Yeah.
now.
So yeah. So
Yes.
and the
And
other
then
major
you
thing.
really knew.
Oh, yeah, exactly. But the most exciting part about that was I was able to play that part alongside my sister, one of my sisters.
Mm-hmm.
So that was it was an amazing play all around. Like, it was a great turnout. So yeah, like that really, I'm like, okay, now I know I can do this thing. I thought
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna be a theater guy. No lie. That's where I started at. I did theater all the way up to the university level.
Mm-hmm.
But I was also introduced to film. And
Wow.
when I was at UNC Pembroke, shout out to
Mm-hmm.
UNCP.
All right
Uh,
now.
yeah, shout out to UNCP. That's where I was introduced to um, film, but I also continue to do theater, which I was introduced to, many professors who, they saw the dream. I mean, they saw the vision, they saw the talent, and they just pretty much like, hey, they encouraged me, they poured into me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's awesome. Woo, my God. Look, so I see now, well, we all see that you have countless films,
Mm-hmm.
and you have several upcoming projects within the next couple of weeks, even
Definitely.
one that dropped today.
Correct.
Um,
Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah. Okay. You
look,
smooth with it. You smooth
okay.
with it. Okay.
Okay, that part. And look, we're going to definitely let the people know. But I
Definitely.
want to know, how do you balance personal and professional, or is it all personal?
Ooh. It I mean, God is in the center of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Without God being in the center of it, it probably would be more chaotic than what it is. And I also have a very supportive family.
Mm-hmm.
Super supportive family. So, because I also have a son. I'm a single father.
Okay,
Um,
wow.
yeah, I'm a single father. So I have a 9-year-old boy who, awesome kid. Again, if it wasn't for my mother, my sisters, I mean, this journey would be a lot tougher. I
Mm-hmm.
That's just being honest.
Yes,
So,
teamwork. Come on, I
yeah.
love
Oh
that.
yeah. A village. You got to
Yes,
have that village,
yes,
especially when you're
yes.
doing things that are beyond the norm. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yes,
So, yeah, with that being said, I feel like extreme discipline. You have to be very disciplined. You have to be self-motivated. You have to be even on the slow days, the slow weeks, the slow months, even on the days where you don't feel like waking up at a certain time. I mean, that's just what you have to do in this business. You have to adjust so much. You have to adjust by the day, especially
yes,
when you have when you have a life outside of the industry. You have to be able to um you have to be your own manager. You got to be good with timing. You have to be good.
yes,
You have to be punctual. You have to be good with, setting boundaries for yourself and setting boundaries with other people, and just, getting your work done. And when countless auditions are coming in, you got to be able to manage all of that. So you have to be good with managing your time. That's
yes,
one.
yes. No, you
Yeah.
gave several, and I love those. The
Mhm.
boundaries for
Yeah,
yourself, boundaries for other people,
definitely.
being prompt, having a village, a good support system.
Oh
Lord,
yeah.
I love all of that. Time management. Look, y'all better take some notes, because without all of that, the discipline, you
Yep.
said it all. You said it
Yep.
all. That's wonderful. And shout out to mom. I tell you, moms are a blessing. And y'all, it
Always.
does take a village. So shout out
Yes, it does.
to our parents. Look,
Most
God is
definitely.
good. God is
Oh yeah.
good. So look, talk about the one that dropped today and some of your upcoming projects.
So the one that dropped today was the Supernatural Angels and Demons. That project, it was it's almost like a reenactment show. But what's so special to me about this show, it dropped today, and everyone will see the post on my page. Matter of fact, excuse me, I can't even talk. After we get off this call, I'm gonna probably do a promo for it. So, sometimes my mind moves a little bit faster than my mouth. So, yeah.
That's excitement. See, that's what I said when I started. I'm always excited.
Exactly. Most definitely. So, yeah, that's the Supernatural Angels and Demons, and I'll be playing one of the doctors in it.
Okay.
Which that's why this show was so special to me when this opportunity came, because, you know, as actors in this industry, we want every opportunity that comes to us, but when it's kind of like when you get to a certain level, the game becomes more strategic. So it wasn't just an opportunity that I was like, okay, I'm just grabbing every opportunity that comes to me. I'm looking in my reels and I'm looking in my materials, and I was like, do I have a role where I'm playing a doctor, or where I'm even saying you know, the jargon that the doctors use, you know, when you're talking the medical terminology and stuff like that, and actually moving around in that environment. I had something that was sort of compared to it, but it wasn't what this is. So again, actors, when you get to a certain point, the game starts to become strategic. I know you want all the real footage and the experience that you can get, but you also have to understand and know your types, where a lot of people see me and they say, hey, you could play a doctor, you could play a lawyer, you could play a cop, you could play a lot of reserved roles, or, you know, just authoritative roles. So I'm like, okay, well, how do I get the footage for that stuff so I can show the casting agents or the producers that I can actually step into this role? Okay, well, boom, opportunity falls in my hand to play a doctor.
Yes, come on.
Yeah, I have footage of me playing an attorney. I have footage of me playing an investigator, or what was it? What do you call it? Not an investigator, but a
detective.
Detective. There you go. A detective, a cop. I have me playing the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you want to be able to showcase in reels and clips everything that you can actually do.
Yes.
Efficiently.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Well, I've seen you can play anything. You can do it all.
I would love to, you know, in this game, another thing in this game, I wish that was the case. It's good to be universal, but also from what I hear, when you narrow things down and you can play certain roles and you just kind of, you kind of zoom in on those roles, you know, that's what keeps you working.
Yes,
So,
I got you. Come on with the nuggets. Come on. Look, y'all, now the one that dropped today, Investigating the Supernatural, Angels and Demons, y'all can find that on CBN Family app and DVD. Also, y'all, upcoming Assured by Grace will be April the 2nd on Apple TV and Amazon Prime. Again, that was Assured by Grace. Y'all take notes, but let me tell you, we're also Facebook Live. So if you're listening on your radio, you can also go back Facebook Live here on WBTK to get this information. Assured by Grace, again, April the 2nd on Apple TV and Amazon Prime. He also has Double Standards 2 coming out on April the 7th on Tubi, Prime, and YouTube. And The Making of Her is coming soon. So these are some upcoming projects, but Joshua has definitely been in so many other projects that y'all can definitely just Google his name. He's everywhere. Remember, y'all, he's local to global. Okay, from local to global. So being global, just Joshua T. Shipman. Look, Joshua, let me ask you real quick. And before I say this, y'all also Will Trent, come on, season 4, episode 7. Y'all can find Joshua T. Shipman. I tell you, look, before you go, I want to ask you, you know, because now you've been in this game and in this industry for a while now. Have you had that reclaiming my life moment, you know, where you've had to set back, you had to reclaim and, you know, to be where you are and who you are today?
Oh, most definitely. That moment was, I remember that like it was yesterday. And I love when people ask me about this moment because this is a moment that I can share with other people other actors or whoever you are in whatever business that you have. When you feel stuck or you feel like you just, boom, you just hit that brick wall. This was a key moment in my career that could have derailed me or it could have pushed me further. So I remember not too long after I first started really chasing this thing, like I started giving my all to this game. Like, I'm submitting myself. I think I was signed at the moment. Yeah, I was signed at the moment where, you start out low. You don't
Mm-hmm.
start out with the major SAG projects, or you don't start out with the major network and broadcast commercials. You start out with some low level stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So and which I was kind of used to that low level stuff anyway, because I did background work. I did, I started out in theater. I started out on the stage. I did, a lot of theater. I did a lot of background work. I did a lot of short films and independent work. So, I'm thinking I'm coming out of this stuff. I'm starting to get all of these auditions for, commercials for my agent. And I remember this one moment when I tell you I was almost depleted. I was just riding to a booking. I was driving to a booking in Charlotte, North Carolina. And all of a sudden, I don't know, my mind just started racing. My mind just started racing. And now this was after a huge transition in my life. Like I had lost my father. I moved away from South Carolina, which is where I lived after I graduated college. I was going through some things out there, so I actually moved away from there. So I had a whole bunch of a whole lot of things transitioning at one time, and I just remember driving in Charlotte, driving to this casting or driving to this booking that I had gotten,
Mm-hmm.
and next thing you know, it's just I'm just tears just started filling up my eyes. Like my bank account was probably overdrawn. Almost overdrew all my credit cards. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was crazy. And to myself, I'm thinking, why am I doing this? Like, why am I really depleting myself like this? But, I didn't turn around, go back home. I went straight to set. I wiped the tears and I did my job. And then from that point on, it was up from there.
Wow. Mm.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
but God testimony right there.
Yeah.
Yes,
Definitely.
look. So y'all, look, don't give up.
No,
That's
never.
it right there. Just don't give up.
It's gonna get hard. Trust me. It's gonna get way harder before it gets better.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to have very, very, very thick skin in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
You have to understand patience in this industry. You have to understand that you cannot compare your journey to anyone else's. You have absolutely no idea what other people are doing to get where they are, what they've sacrificed
Yes.
to get to where they are. Nobody, they'll tell that story on the other end of their journey. When they have the huge massive success, and they can tell you how they slept in the car, or how they, like the Steve Harveys, like, people who can give you these stories back to back of how they really, 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 really struggled.
Yes.
I mean, and there's so much that I'm leaving out of my story. Trust me. I remember sitting down with my family one time, and they were asking me. He was just like, "Man, you could have wrote a book." He's like, "Are you planning on writing a book about this?" I
I
said,
was getting ready to
"Oh,
say, and you still can.
oh yeah, it's never too late. Oh, it's never too late.
That's
That could be
right.
a book. That could be a screenplay. Listen, in your journey and your pursuit of your dreams, or in your pursuit of wanting to do things that are outside the norm, you're going to face the most difficult challenges, because again, you're doing something that's not done every single day.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like you're doing the impossible. Whether it's you had a business idea, you want to start that business idea, but it's like you don't know if anybody's going to support you. You don't know if anybody's going to back you. You don't know if anybody's going to. It doesn't matter. You were given that thought. You were given that seed
Yes.
for
Come
a
on.
reason. Yeah, you were given that for a reason. That is your dream. And what I say when people always ask, like, why do you think so many people are unhappy these days? Well, here's the thing. I may not be making millions and millions and millions of dollars right now in my life, but one of the most freeing things to me is living out a dream of mine. This is, or I'm actually living my life through my God-given talent.
Yes.
That's freedom to me.
Mm.
I mean, hey, I get it. You know, people have to do what they have to do for their life, and again, everybody has to sacrifice whatever. I mean, I am not telling people, hey, quit your job and go chase your dreams. No,
Right,
never,
right.
never anything like that. Oh, believe me, if or whenever times got hard in the past for me, oh, you daggone right, I was at a 9 to 5 job because I have a child I have to take care of. So
That's
it's not
right.
just me.
Make it
You know,
make sense.
yeah, you have to make it make sense for your life.
Mm-hmm.
You can't live your life how other people live theirs. You know what I mean? But
Right. That's right.
for the majority, me being able to live my life through my God-given talent, that I think that's what everyone's purpose is in life. So until you get to that point, most people are going to be unfulfilled
Mm-hmm. Woo!
because you're not using your gift. It's in you already. You just have to figure out what it is and bring it out. That's it.
My God, let me tell you, you
Yeah,
have truly inspired me today. Thank
definitely. Thank
you.
you.
Thank
No,
you
you're
so
welcome.
much. Look,
No
let our
problem.
listeners know how they can connect with you.
So again, it's Joshua T. Shipman. That's on Instagram. That's on um, Facebook. That's on. I don't really do a lot of Snapchat, but I mean, the same thing on Snapchat. It's Joshua T. Shipman or J underscore Rex REX 87. Again, that's Joshua T. Shipman. You can Google me. It'll take you to a bunch of my different films. You can IMDb. You can find me on IMDb. Joshua T. Shipman. It's pretty much that across the board. Don't be afraid to contact me. Connect with me.
All right.
Yeah.
Look, y'all have been listening to Joshua T. Shipman today, actor and writer. He has countless movies and commercials. Y'all definitely connect with Joshua. Joshua, thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for
Thank you.
stopping by today. I truly appreciate it.
Thank you, Mrs. Claudia. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And we
Yes.
will get that in person one day.
Yes,
I'm speaking.
definitely. Definitely. Most definitely. We will. And look, I saw that you posted on your page a couple of
Mhm.
days ago, and I love this. The only limits you have are the ones you place on yourself. And that's
Yes.
what I want to leave with our listeners today. Because let me
Yes.
tell you, millions didn't make it. But
Right.
you are one of the ones who did. So
Most
stop
definitely.
placing limits on yourself, y'all.
Right. Shout out to Lakeith Stanfield. I got that quote from him. I was watching the interview with him and Kevin Hart. I'm sure y'all know who Lakeith Stanfield is. I mean, this guy he is one of the A-listers in this game. Younger guy, Lakeith Stanfield. He did what is the movie? Get Out. He did um what is the movies with all the cowboy movies with Regina Hall, Idris Elba, The Harder They Fall. He
Yes,
did The Harder
yes.
They Fall. He's done, man. This dude he's done so much, so many other movies like this. Oh, the book of what is it called? Ah, I forgot what it was, but it was it's like a biblical. It was almost like a biblical movie. Um, I forgot what it was, but yeah, just look him up. Lakeith Stanfield. He said that on an interview with Kevin Hart, and that's another amazing interview that I think all actors should watch.
Mm-hmm.
So go on YouTube, look up Kevin Hart and Lakeith Stanfield interview. I feel like all artists should watch that because he gives you gems and nuggets about the journey and about his journey. So yeah, but I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yes, you're so welcome, and thank you for that, y'all. Also, check out that interview that he's talking about because let me tell you, we all need inspiration. We want to be
Oh,
inspired and
sure,
motivated.
definitely,
Yes,
definitely.
yes, indeed. Look, so we're going to take it out, y'all, with Mr. Ashford Sanders, y'all. Let me tell you, I just saw that he posted, and I don't know where it's going to go, but let me tell you, he did have America's Got Talent behind him. Mr.
Uh-oh.
Ashford Sanders, millions didn't make it.
Can just I can walk through that city so bright and fair. Oh, Lord. There'll probably be 1,000 things I wanna tell the Lord. Oh, that day.
You have just heard Reclaiming My Life with life coach and author Claudia Massey. To get your copy of Amazon's #1 best-selling book, Reclaiming My Life, visit www.contactclaudiamassey.com and tune in each Monday at 12 noon for Reclaiming My Life with television and radio host Claudia Massey on WBTK 1380.